This is Jess with Local Music Somewhere, and you're listening to rBeatz Radio.
Welcome to Local Music Somewhere here on rBeatz Streaming and Media Network here on rBeatz.com. And today in the studio, I got my man EKLY, who I'm proud to have in here again. He's one of my favorite new artists. So, EKLY, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
As always, out of Charlotte, North Carolina, born and raised, adopted at an early age, 17 years old, and that means I'm a senior. I almost forgot. Yeah, I've been making music since about 8th grade, which so means formally making music since around 9th grade, so really 4 years. And I want myself to be so much larger than I already am, but I don't know, things come with time, right?
So patience is not your virtue?
I would like to say it is, but I think it depends on what's happening, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely, since I've known you, you've not been one to stand still, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, you've recorded, how many projects have you recorded just, let's say, within a year and a half?
Year and a half. I don't know, maybe three.
Three full projects?
Maybe, yeah.
So
I remember I took maybe one down, I think. You know, just because I remember for a while I was trying to figure out my sound, and, you know, everybody goes to that phase. But I think I really found my sound, but I just took the ones off. I mean, I know, because I had a cousin that was like, bro, you got to keep that stuff up there, you know what I'm saying? Because it's cool, and people can look back and be like, oh, that's your stuff. But it was on a formal platform, you know what I'm saying? Like Apple Music, Spotify, and platforms like that. So I was like, no, I can't keep that stuff up there because that's not me. You know, every single time I listen to it, one just came to my mind that I completely forgot that I even made. And I had somebody else in my mind while I was recording it the entire time and releasing it, and I thought it was going to be super dope. And then it came out, and I was like, man, this really isn't it. This really wasn't me. Not it, it wasn't good, but this wasn't the type of music.
Wasn't your sound?
At all, yeah. It just didn't remind me of anything.
But, you know, something that I said to you before, because it's something I see in you.
Yeah.
And that is, you didn't wait for everything to be perfect before you started. And so many young artists, that's what they do. They procrastinate in their home. They spend all their time, you know, making the beats before they let anybody hear them. They're doing their songwriting before anybody can hear it, you know, all their performances. And it takes them forever to get out. And they miss some opportunities there. With you recorded it, you put it out, and you put out your first thing. And yeah, you did, you know, pull back once you created your sound, but because you put out that first thing, it led to the path of you creating your sound.
Right.
So I want to go back to the beginning first.
Yeah.
What got you interested in music at all?
Oh, that's a good question. I can't completely remember. I know, watching movies. I really what I really like to do. I really like to dive into movies, TV shows. I like to see what's happening in the lives that they're going through, and just different things. I like. You know, even if they're movie stars, you know, they don't even genuinely have to be doing music. I was watching Entourage.
Love that show.
Yeah. Me and my mom are binging that right now. I'm watching Entourage, you know, just seeing that, and not necessarily all the women or anything and stuff. It's not even that. It's just I don't know. It's just being I don't know. He just gets to do his stuff and does what he wants to do. I think I'm really big in being my own boss, you know what I'm saying? I really like doing that. I really like to control the things that are happening inside of my life, but with my music, I really want to be able to share that with the entire world. I have it written down in my notes, and it's I pray every night. I'm I really want to I go to bed, and I'm I really want to be able to share the gift that I was given with the entire world, you know, because why waste that, you know what I'm saying? And it takes time, but it's I feel I always think, because how much time do I have, you know what I'm saying? Because there's all these people that sell little tiny things, pops up, and then all of a sudden it's all over, you know what I'm saying? Right.
And you know, we don't have control over how many days we have or how many years we have. We have control of the effort we put forth. And that show you talked about, Entourage, that's one of the, you know, perfect shows that show behind the scenes. And there's a lot of fictional stuff.
Right.
But what it does show is it takes a team.
Right.
But it takes people that compromise with that team, and they show a lot of things behind the scene when they don't compromise, and the downfalls that it leads to, and how they have to pick up the pieces and go another route. But another thing that it shows when there's a no here, that no could lead to a yes. It can open up a circumstance that could cause something else to happen. And what did you do before music? And then I'll lead back into this.
Oh, I was really big into production with filmmaking. I remember I used to try to dive into stop motion and stuff like that, and just filmmaking. I have a cousin that's really big in filmmaking, so Bennett Summer, you got to go check him out real quick.
That's very cool.
100%.
Yeah, well, that can definitely play, into what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I know you got hobbies. I know you've played some sports.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about that, because I know that about you, but they don't.
Yeah, so I started hockey. I started skating when I was about 5 years old, and I got into Well, yeah, 5 years old, and then I got into hockey at 8. So because it starts at 8U, and I got into hockey and became super good at it. And it's a career choice that is definitely possible, But I just feel like whenever I would go out and play, like, travel and stuff, I noticed that of course it was fun, It would escape from one side to the other side of the ice in a couple of seconds, just being able to whip past people, not to brag or anything. But you know what I'm saying? It's just, but I don't think I ever had like a full 100% love for the sport of hockey. Like I wasn't waking up in the morning and going to sleep on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I go to sleep, like I just got finished creating something last night. And I just never had that mindset with hockey, and there was always issues with it, and there was just, with kind of people in it. And not that people should interpret what you should do or anything, but it just wasn't the type of energy I wanted to be around.
No, I mean, you could be great at something and it not be your full passion. Yeah. You can learn things from that, and it transitions into your passion.
Yeah.
I have a son that was a great swimmer. He was always MVP, but his passion was music and filmmaking. So he moved more that direction and bought his cameras and self-starter, just like you.
Right.
It panned out well.
Right.
So after you come into this and you learn the music, you do this first album, what are the key lessons that you learned that helped you go into your second project? And I use that word album like it still exists.
Yeah, the first thing that I ever released was Demons, and that was just on SoundCloud. And I released my first project, and that's definitely not up. It's out. It's all private, but I do still have the songs. That was once again like 9th grade, pretty much summer of 8th, 9th. You know what I'm saying? So but some of the things I think, because I got really good feedback. I remember I was super excited to release this stuff, and I remember I got some bad feedback, but I don't think it. It's crazy. It never really bothered me like that. It never really I don't know. It never really got to me where I was like, man, maybe this isn't the thing I want to do at all. It wasn't immediately just give up. I remember there's always times where it's sometimes, and I noticed sometimes it's at night, and I'm like, maybe this really isn't the career choice I should go with, because I have multiple people always saying make sure you have a plan too, make sure you have you know what I'm saying? There's so many people. I
disagree with that.
There's so many people. I was literally just talking to one of my teachers the other day, and he was like, so what are you going to college for? And I'm going to get my Pro Tools certification. And he was like, oh, so you're diving into music? I'm like, yeah. He was like, and I saw he has pictures. He used to be my earth environmental teacher, and he has pictures on his wall of him in the studio and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I seen you used to do music. He was like, always have a plan number 2. And I was like, yeah, because obviously you're going to get that all the time, because for people, especially for people who it didn't work out for and they had to become something that they never thought they would be. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
it's almost like they have a reason to quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you're more driven than that.
You got to create your own reason to quit, though.
Yeah.
That's the real thing.
Yeah. And you're more driven than that. And the things that you learned that, moved you into your second project, just the recording of it, just the creating a product in itself, and understanding how to distribute and get that product out is something that you learned through the process. Yeah. And you did really well. That was something I noticed when you first sent, the second project to me. Was like, oh, this kid's advanced for what he should know about how to send me this, not only through your link tree, but you had everything set up for the different platforms. And
I just got cards created. What's it called? Business cards. Just got some nice business cards created so I can hand out too. So those will be nice, and they're really nice. They're they stick up, like the EKLY sticks up and everything. It looks so really cool. Yeah, it looks so cool.
Yeah, you're good with your branding that way. And here's the thing about a knowledge. Everybody that comes at you and they're giving you their opinion, they're generally giving you their opinion through their filter. and what happened to them, and there were different circumstances in their life, and they might have had the same drive, or they might have waited for opportunities to happen instead of creating opportunities, and a true creative creates opportunities,
Right.
and then others, happen around that. The other thing is, I'm a big believer in, I know with schools, I'm not anti-school or anything like that, but a lot of that is generalized knowledge. You got to learn something about everything. But the true path is specialized knowledge.
Right.
And if you want to be an artist, you got to get really good at knowing what affects you being an artist, which is becoming, awesome on your instrument, whether it's vocals or keyboards. It's also the marketing behind it. Really understand that specialized knowledge, especially in today's game where the artist playing field is so level.
Yeah.
And even understanding proper networking techniques, so when you're at the meetings, you know how to properly,
Right.
network and put your stuff out.
Yeah.
Have you released this brand new project yet?
Yeah. It is released on Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere. Amazon Music.
Okay, tell us the name of it.
It's called Through My Eyes. Yeah. And Through My Eyes is kind of, it's not a continuation of Purple. I released Purple last year on the 1st. And I did hold out a couple days on Through My Eyes. And Through My Eyes was just kind of seeing literally through my eyes and what I see. But it was also because I really like the process of, what you were talking about earlier of like different people's, how when they listen to stuff and their feedback that they give to you is based on what they, But I like that though, because... And it's really interesting because, whenever I was going into like a relationship or something, for example, I would ask other people, or when they would talk about it, I would be like, so what went wrong? You know what I'm saying? So then I would know not to make the same mistake as the other person, you know what I'm saying? And just to help myself out, But Through My Eyes, it was going off of that a little bit. And not relationships, but it was just kind of like when they listen to it, I want you to see what I'm seeing, but I want you to see like what you're listening to, how you see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want you to create that mental vision in your head and see it like a movie. Like what I was talking about, my other stuff before, I couldn't create that mental image and video inside my head when I was listening to music. I would see either another artist or I would see something else happening that was like, that has nothing to do with me and my entire persona. So I took it down and never like messed with it or listened to it ever again. And so Through My Eyes was just like, I want you to see through your eyes, looking through my eyes. You know what I'm saying? The things that I'm creating, I want you to lay it out and see it inside your head as a vision board in front of you. That was
and that's how you present it lyrically.
Yeah.
Like that's to me one of the things that sets you apart.
Yeah.
Not just especially being young, but just period sets you apart is your lyrics.
Yeah.
Because they're about subjects, or they have titles that I don't see anybody else,
Right.
Really in that genre coming up with that, that kind of thought process. It's just a little bit different. I don't even know how you arrive at it, but like the new project, Vital.
Vital, yes.
Yeah, the fact that it's like you're talking about. I visualized this,
Yeah.
and here we are. Can you give me those lyrics?
Vital was so fun to make. So Vital, I went from a little more like poppy turn, and I want to perform Vital so bad, like you have no idea, so bad. But it goes, let's see. For the night, don't it sound fire from feeling your body with your hips on mine and you dance to her falling. See the chorus though.
The choruses,
the chorus. No, I never thought I found myself across your room. Used to fantasize the things we do, and now I'm laying next to you. Make it easy for me, baby. Make it easy. You're no sleazy, but you make it feel vital. To know you inside and out. Start tonight. You take me to all these new heights, to feel the lows, the highs. I feel the most. To know you touching me, baby. I feel you closer. Fall in love, don't you feel me? Just falling close. So that was just like
very poetic.
Yeah. It was so, I don't know, something really came to me with that song, and it's like, and I remember, what came with that. My dad was like, I'll give you $100 if you can create a song with a chorus and all of that. And my other songs, some of them do have choruses, but this one was like, I really structured this one together, and I was like, this one kind of just came to me. This one, like, be created, produced by me, and everything. Just like, I love that more poppy feel. Dun, 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 dun. It has a nice ring to it the entire time, but the chorus was really, and then I had to put some rasp in my voice when I'm singing that one part, and it was just like to make it more of an effect on it.
Yeah, and that's something that that a lot of new songwriters don't do.
Yeah.
They don't understand that there are structures to songs. There were structures that were created, back in the 30s or 40s. They changed in the 50s. The Beatles took them and did some different things with them, and on and on. It's just like, if you know the rules and if you know the things that people have done, then you're able to kind of break the rules, or you can take some things and move it around. And there's so many great courses and books on that. And I feel songwriters alone should get something like a book of how songwriting is structured.
Yeah.
And I saw that who was it? John Legend has a pretty cool masterclass on it on the Masterclass app. Where he goes through that, but I mean, you can look up videos on it.
Who is the guy who writes his songs?
He does.
He does, and then there was one more guy.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the other person is.
Forgot his name.
Yeah,
they were just got introduced into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was up on stage.
No, that's
I forgot his name though.
Yeah, but it's just a process.
Yeah,
he talks about how he will talk through a certain, like, part of it has to be conversational, and then the chorus is not. It's like people don't talk the way that I, write this, but they talk how I would talk in the verses.
Right.
And you hear the other things about, there's a tension during the verses, and then there's that release in the chorus.
The release.
Yeah,
that's what my dad always talks about and gets on me about.
Yeah, but it's just understanding those. You can do things that people haven't even thought about yet. Because if you understand it, then you can eventually create something new by being a student of it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can you perform something live from maybe the new project?
From the new project, I can. Not from the new project. It's from not Claire Daly. What's it called? The Hills.
Okay.
The Hills was really nice.
Why is the song important to you?
The Hills was talking about, because I had this conversation with somebody and how they wanted to run away, you know what I'm saying? And they, just because they wanted to leave everything behind, and it was just talking about, the lyrics were like really deep with getting away, and you're so close to it. And being so close to that, it's like, because you're stuck right in the middle. I feel like we're at an age where it's like, and I mean, this could be anybody, but it's like, you're like right there where, I mean, anything could be happening, but it feels like sometimes you got that feeling where you're stuck, you're not old enough to like move out or anything, but you're not, you're not young anymore to where you got people doing stuff for you anymore, and you're like right stuck in the middle, and you want to get away from everything else that's going on, and it's like, you don't know what to do. But like, as soon I was talking to them, it was like they were like, when I leave, I'm gonna tell everything. I'm gonna like tell my mom everything that she did to me, how I felt and all that, different stuff like that, and just so much feelings. But yeah, I can do a little tiny thing from it. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Well, can you give us that?
Yeah. So let's see what we got.
I know they got the equipment here in front of you, but I know it's kind of putting you on the spot at the same time.
All right, cool. You wanna get away, you're so close. The scene, what it reveals, feels so whole. I take you there, myself, touch your soul. Like a cigarette, feeling burnt out, save a little so you'll have a little bit of something left. You took the chance, you had, live or go home. Girl, you get away. Girl, you get away. Girl, you get away from it all. You wanna get away, you're so close. The scene, what it reveals, feels so whole. I take you there, myself, touch your soul. Like a cigarette, feeling burnt out, save a little so you'll have a little bit of something left. You took the chance, you had, live or go home. Girl, you get away. Girl, you get away. Girl, you get away from it all. Yeah. Girl, you stay away. Girl, you stay away. Girl, you stay away from it all. And that was The Hills.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. So, how long does it take you to write a song like this?
The Hills was like, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember how long The Hills was. It's kind of a shorter song, so it couldn't have been too hard. But
so do you write primarily on keyboard?
no, yeah.
Well, so just walk me through your process. Because I know every artist is different, and how they do it.
I don't know. It's actually really rare for me to come up with an idea in my head and just be like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna put that in voice memos and then I'm gonna do it later when I get home. But sometimes I used to look at loops a lot, and loops can actually be, I feel like, and I got stuck up in this point where I feel like that can be a damage on artists, especially new artists, using loops. And I feel like, because when I started to use loops, then I got stuck in the image of where I couldn't just go and do it myself, because I can, I got everything in front of me where I can just do it myself. And so I would go and try to find loops and just place it in there, and then it would like make it easy. It's literally a crutch, it's a crutch. And then I got out of that. I was like, I got to stop using loops. I got all these ideas in my head that I haven't even found yet, so I might as well find them. You know what I'm saying? So I think I got that idea from a different, somewhere else. I think it was, I don't know if it was something else. And I was like, oh, okay, so that sounds nice. And it's using these up here. So I was like, what if honestly, I was just looking around what would sound nice. And, I found something over here. And that was sounding nice. And then it's like, it all came together with that one. But yeah, I feel like I really like that song though. And if I could do that one live too.
Have you not done this one live?
Like no.
in front of an audience?
No.
Yeah, now I can get with you and show you some cool things. To do with that, because you play it so well and your vocals are great on it.
Yeah.
There's some things you can add to it visually.
100%.
That would be
and
really cool.
I have this other part where like the bass part of it, where it goes like, and then it would go like, like a dun dun dun. But yeah, like the song is like she wanted to get away. She was so close to it. And then like what I say, like cigarette, feeling burnt out, save a little. What did I say? Burnt out, save a little. I forgot what I said.
Because if you ask me, we'll be rewriting it, because I'll give you a different lyric I didn't know the original. So in your recording process, how long does it take you to do? Just like your latest project?
The entire thing or just one song?
Just the entire thing.
Well, I actually texted you. I remember it was a couple months ago, and I was like, when should I drop this?
Well, because you already finished it. I'm like, you just got
I wasn't finished with it. Yeah, I was like, but when should I do it? And then stuff like that. And I was like, I wasn't sure how many songs. Because you know what I used to do? I used to crush myself and used to put old stuff on the newer stuff. I was like, there's no reason for me to do that, though. And so this stuff... This took a couple of months, because I think I had texted you a couple of months, because I remember I lost all the contacts on my phone. I had to find everybody. I had to find you. I had to find Wendy. I had to find every single person.
But you did.
Yeah, I did. I just had to look up the different messages that we had typed. But yeah.
So you have it out now.
Yeah.
And the next process is creating a live show.
Yeah.
Out of this.
Yeah.
And having a couple things, having a thing as an opener, or having a thing where you're going to perform maybe on a television show for 2 songs or one song, that kind of thing, and putting those together. And that's something you and I will get together on. Yeah. The other thing, when you're saying you don't know how long it takes you to put out a project, with the modern day, it used to be when I was in it, you had 18 months to release a project and promote it, get all the singles out, all of that stuff, and then you release your next project after 18 months. Now it's constant. Yeah. It's like you release your song, but then you release 2 or 3 versions of your song.
Yeah.
And there's so many ways that people are doing that, but people are hungry for it.
Right.
And attention spans are shorter than they used to be.
And that reminds me that you say that different versions of the song. I was actually looking at like releasing sped up versions of this new stuff.
That could be cool.
Because people listen to they have like a super love thing like off of TikTok. I feel like it comes from TikTok, but like a thing listening to sped up versions of the songs that they like. I don't know why. I think Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't like they go on YouTube or whatever and listen to the sped up versions. But I mean, if it works, it works. You know.
Well, maybe it helps their attention span.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they got other things to do. I do that on audiobooks. With me, I go through 40 audiobooks a year.
Right.
And I listen to it on 1.5 or 2.
Yeah.
You know, just to get through the knowledge faster, because your brain still hears it. You
Right,
still pull in the
right,
knowledge.
right.
And, you know, it could have something to do with that. Who knows?
Now that I think about it, I do the same thing with the Travis Scott song. So
There you go. So let's get the name of your project again.
Through My Eyes.
Where can they find it?
Apple Music, Spotify, any platform. You know, get it off your mom's computer, your dad's computer, TV, tablet, anywhere. Your brother, little sister, steal it from them and listen to the album because it's dope.
Something I know about you. If you have the song, you're eventually gonna have a video.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just recorded something like last night, so that's coming out with one of the songs called Zaza, and it's just like I'm not really projecting the lyrics in it, but you know, it's just it's almost like a visualizer. Really cool. So I'll be going down to Florida soon, and I think we're gonna be filming through Touching Your Soul, and we might do maybe Vital.
That would be cool if you did Vital.
Yeah.
Because I could see that doing really well.
Oh, yeah.
I can see that, you know, in certain
100%.
radio stations and things like
yeah.
that as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to have you on, EKLY, and
Appreciate it as always.
here on Local Music Somewhere. I'm Terry Hudson, and I'm a former record label owner and artist manager.
All the above.
And and now I work coaching artists, and I'm glad to be here today on Local Music Somewhere. And a shout out to Jess, who normally hosts the show, and I'll be looking forward to more artists that are coming in, because we love seeing the talent that's out there. And that's one thing I've been able to do, is I've been able to see the artist where they start all the way to where they're on a major stage.
Yeah.
So I've seen that beginning. I know where they end up, and it allows me to be part of the process and watch what's going on.
Right.
So
And
grateful
use that
for
for
it.
the next person.
And look forward to seeing you live, and let's get together real soon.
Of course.
Okay.
As always.
Thanks as always for tuning into rBeatz Radio. Search for more local music somewhere on rbeatz.com and follow our social media for highlighted artists as we travel with #LocalMusicSomewhere.